Hello everyone, and welcome back to Roots of Pacha. Hello, Sinister. Congrats on... There it is. I was like, wait, he didn't claim first
Welcome
yet.
Highland Rose 1743.
How's it going? I hope you are doing well. I am very tired.
Welcome Sinister_Studios Z.
I remember every time I would go to the chiropractor, I'm just like, I would leave and I'm like, ah! I'm like, my back! I should probably go back. It's probably been like several years since I've been... Oh. Why can I not... I can't pet my pet anymore. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we have to talk to Garrett. Oh! A beautiful flower for a beautiful friend. Aww. Okay, that's actually really sweet. I'm like trying to relearn the controls. I played this on my Steam Deck and oh my gosh, it was freaking hard. Like, I wasn't used to all the buttons and oh boy. Hello, animals. Oh, it's been a day. Yeah, work was just so busy when I got in. I was just like, I'm just tired. And I had a hard time waking up this morning. So all of them need to be sheared. I don't think all of my guanacos need to be sheared. I think just the one. So I'm gonna wait until they all need it. Oh my gosh. Like, I could seriously use a nap. Nope,
Welcome
somebody
Lily
voted
by
on something
Walker.
else, Lily. Hello, how are you? If nobody voted, that's what I was gonna pick, but there was a vote. I feel that. Like, today was just such a busy day. I'm like, I just want to be done. Do I need that for anything? I don't think so. Maybe. Let me... Where is Garrick? He's in there. It'll work. We can draw up the water with a pump and then guide it with trenches where we want it to flow. We have learned an irrigation pump. Okay. So now, let's see, pyramid achievements. Okay, so... I love that my elephant's my mount. Like, look how cute it is. It's adorable with its little stompy feet. Not gonna lie, I thought you said that you were better now that you had turned in. I thought you were like done for the day. Now I see that you said tuned in.
Incoming ad break.
I'm always glad for people to tune in. I like to talk to people while I'm streaming. Okay, let's see. That one. Yay, we've completed another one. What is that? What did I get? What did I get? Green thumb ring. Lord knows I would need it because I have the, like, blackest thumb ever. I cannot grow anything.
Thank you for the gift,
Aww.
Sinister_Studio Z.
Y'all are so cute. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. It was the ad that popped up. I literally just looked at an article about that. Like, I didn't read it because I was like scrolling through when I was doing my intro, and I literally like just saw something about that. Like, and, we're getting into some like Jurassic Park level shenanigans, and I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, it just seems like a bad idea to bring back a species that went extinct. Like, there's a whole franchise of movies showing why that's kind of a bad idea. I'm trying to decide if this is going to be enough to move it down. I can't do anything about this right now, but I could start it like this way. Okay, so we need the pump here. Rotate is. So these ones are interesting. You would use the pump here, and then you can only get a certain amount of trenches, and then you have to put one of these, what is it called? How do you open crafting? Okay, I know this. It's been so long! How do I craft things? C for crafting? No. Gosh dang it. J? No, this... Inventory tools? Craft! Aha! I did it. she has to put it in writing. She has to put her feelings into writing, okay? Okay, the irrigation extender. So you only need one irrigation pump, but you need extenders to keep it going. And then the trenches, you can really put as many trenches as you want, but yeah, you have to keep, like, every certain amount of trenches, you need an extender to continue the flow of water. Oh, I forgot to put Oyas in here. But yeah, so now we get to do that. But the extenders, I think, are pretty... Okay, so it's yarn and hardwood, which means you can only do a specific amount based on how much yarn you have. And yarn is not necessarily easy to come by, and it gives you a lot of points, so you are kind of sacrificing a lot of money. And there goes my dumb dog. Is she gonna stop? I love her, but she barks a lot. And she barks at the most random things. Oh my gosh. Oh, my husband's gonna go yell at her. Okay. Oh, butter chicken and naan bread. I love butter chicken. It is hands down like one of my favorite foods. Oh, I am jealous. I wish we had like an Indian restaurant that like made it, but I either have to make it myself or I have to just like get a frozen meal, which is just not the same. So I'm allergic to cinnamon, which really sucks because Indian food has a lot of those like rich earthy spices, and cinnamon is usually in like a lot of the spice mixes like garam masala and stuff like that. So I'm like, like I really have to make like all of it myself if I want to eat it. I'm like, but why? Why do I have to be allergic to things? I absolutely hate being allergic to things. So yeah, unfortunately, every time I make Indian food, I have to alter recipes. Ginger is one of those things that it kind of sneaks up on you. Every time I'm like, I think that's enough, and then it's not enough, and then I put a little bit more, I'm like, okay, now it's too much. Like, when I have a stomachache, I like to make ginger tea, but I'll put ginger essential oil in it, and oh, that could be bad. Like, really bad. Like, you can go from, oh, I'm taking care of a stomachache, to I'm burning a hole in my stomach in, like, half a drop. What was it? I was putting Tony Chachere's, which is Creole seasoning, in some of my food, and my husband doesn't really like spicy food. And I was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. He was dying, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's fine. As like you can see the sweat like beading on his forehead. I'm like, oh no.
Nice to meet you. I'm Blossom.
Yeah, it was so bad. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I like really spicy food, but I have acid reflux, so I'm not supposed to be eating spicy food. So every time I get heartburn, I'm like, oh no, like, Oh, it hurts! And then I'm like, oh, but I did it to myself. Like today, I have like outlandish heartburn right now. I had a smoothie for lunch. I had a smoothie. It had strawberries, and the strawberries have given me heartburn. And I'm very upset. Oh. It could have either been the strawberries or the peanut butter. I'm guessing it was the peanut butter, because actually last time, now that I think about it, I don't think I had heartburn when I had my last smoothie. And it was practically the same, except for the peanut butter. But I used strawberries, milk, chocolate protein powder, peanut butter, and a vanilla yogurt, and a little bit of maple syrup, because sometimes the strawberries are kind of bland, and so I was like, just a little bit of sweetness. Oh, oh, okay, so if I had to pick candy, it would be chocolate. But if it had to be like a sugary candy, like I love gummy candies and I love sour gummy candies. So I get myself into a lot of trouble because like I love gummy worms and I love sour gummy worms. Like, oh my gosh, that is my kryptonite. Except the problem is they give me a really bad stomach ache. So I will be happy when I am eating the gummy worms. And then later I will be extremely unhappy that I ate the gummy worms. I remember one time I bought a big old like tub of them from the store. And I was like, oh, haha, because this was like in my early 20s. I was like, haha. I was like, I'm an adult. No one can tell me that I shouldn't be eating the gummy bears. Or the gummy worms. And then afterwards it's like, somebody should have told me not to eat all of those gummy worms. So it's like, now my belly hurts. So I feel you on your addiction, because that's... I share your addiction. Gummy worms are so good, but they're not good for my belly. Yeah. Sorry, I had to send a text, but oh, I freaking love like gummy candy, but that is the like fastest way to make my acid reflux like so bad. Like we go from like little heartburn to like a forest fire in my stomach. Every now and then I still gotta do it because I love gummy worms, but I have learned moderation. Oh gosh, I swear we were meant to be friends because I love ice cream too. I'm lactose intolerant, and that's the one thing that I will like risk everything for is ice cream. Like, oh my gosh. Tillamook is one of my favorite brands, and they came out with like a chocolate collection. So I got a chocolate cookies and cream. And so it was essentially chocolate ice cream with Oreo bits in it. Oh. Oh yeah. Now I want ice cream. I could use the excuse that ice cream will help with my heartburn. Oh my gosh, Mom's barking again. Oi! You rotten pup! Oi! Roma! My neighbor's dog is in his backyard, and it's this small, yappy little thing, and my dog does not like that dog, because that dog barks. So much heartburn. And, like, I took my heartburn medication this morning. But also, like, all I had was the smoothie and a piece of bread. So I'm pretty sure I'm also hungry. So I have heartburn on an empty stomach, which is usually not a good situation. Reese's is like one of my things that I absolutely love. Like, seriously, we were meant to be friends. There's something about Reese's peanut butter, and it has to be like a Reese's, like an actual like Reese's cup, because like if you get like the Reese's brand jarred peanut butter, it is not the same. The peanut butter in a Reese's is slightly chunky and it's salty. It's not a super sweet peanut butter, which is something I really appreciate. Like, there's something about just like salty peanut butter, and it has to be like a little sweet, but it's gotta have that salt. If it's just sweet, I don't like it. But if a peanut butter has like a nice bit of salt to it, oh my gosh. Now I want peanut butter. I am kind of getting nervous that I might be developing more allergies, because for some odd reason, after I had the peanut butter, like, my face started to get hot. Like, it wasn't... My throat didn't close or anything, I didn't have any problems breathing, my tongue didn't feel weird, but, like, my face felt hot. I'm like, why? Like, why does my face feel so hot? And that's actually kind of, like, a regular thing that happens when I eat a lot of peanut butter. I'm like, why? Like, why does it feel hot? It has not been concerning enough for me to want to stop, because I love peanut butter, but it has brought up a slight concern. I don't know if I want to use this yarn, because it's like very expensive yarn. I think I'll sell this and probably wait until my boars make more. But yeah, no, you are speaking my language when it comes to sweet treats. Oh no, I want peanut butter. Now I want peanut butter chocolate ice cream. Oh. Like, oh, I want to go to Cold Stone and get chocolate ice cream. Ooh, dark chocolate ice cream with sweet cream ice cream and like Reese's and peanut butter sauce. Oh my gosh. That sounds so freaking good. Oh my gosh. The only problem is I've been watching a lot of influencers, and they like, I go through YouTube like crazy. There was a rumble in the jungle. But I've been watching like all these TikToks, and a lot of people talk about the like calories and everything, and I'm just like, now I'm like starting to pay attention. I'm like, oh, I like probably shouldn't be eating this, and I'm like, I shouldn't be eating this, and oh my gosh, like my smoothie had, I'm like, this has enough calories to like cover lunch. But the only problem is, like, if I'm going to drink a protein drink, I have to have food with it, or else my stomach is just like, it's like, hey, you didn't feed me. I'm like, oh, but I did. A water trough? Could these people have lived with animals like us? These birds certainly seem to enjoy it here with all this sweet-smelling grass. I have finally unlocked it. Then there are these curious paintings. Horses? I haven't seen them in these lands. Hopefully Pacha will give us some clarity. I know exactly what to do with that. Let's see. They argued about everything, including the importance of the sea or the reverence for fire. People divided, forgetting what bound them together in the first place. They only found more reason to fight, even arguing over who was born first. They drifted further apart. The years passed until all they could remember was their disdain for each other. Tired and sad, Pacha shook the earth, to show what could be achieved by working together, and have the sun and the moon be one again. This dude goes into the forest and has visions. A fight of people, not spirits. Yakubans revere water, and Loon is their guide. The Mograni revere the fire with Koro as their guide. It must have something to do with them, but what? That's pretty blatantly obvious. Like, I don't understand why he's not putting 2 and 2 together. Like, I get we're in the Stone Age, math is hard, but like, like, we literally just had a vision of people being like, oh, hey, like, these people were fighting because of the moon and the water and the fire and the sun, and like, how is he not getting that? Like, he literally was like, oh, so these people worship this and these people worship this, but what does it mean? Like, bro, several generations ago they got in a big fight. They hate each other now. They don't need to hate each other. Good talk. Yeah, back to the whole, like, calorie thing. It's hard to, like, limit calories, especially because, like I said, a protein smoothie, which I'm supposed to be trying to get as much protein as I can, it has a lot of calories. And even if I use, you know, just, like, the fruit and, like, milk, everything's got so much calories. I'm like, But then, if I have food that equals that amount of calories, I can't get as much protein in. Because I have a hard time eating, like, I don't really love meat very much. Like, every now and then I'll, like, really want, like, chicken or something. But, like, just, like, for lunch or breakfast, I don't like eating meat. So trying to meet protein goals is really hard for me. I'm like, I'm trying my best. I just don't like it. Because, like, one of my smoothies has typically almost 60 grams of protein from, like, all the stuff that I put in it. So I'm like, protein-wise, it's good, but, like, the calories make it to where I can't really, like, eat anything, and then I'm hungry. Oh, I'm sorry you have a headache. But I hope you start to feel better. I'm glad that you got to come by and say hi. You and your wife both. It's always fun when I get to see the two of you. I was like, wait, am I mistaken? I mean, long-term relationship? I was like, wait a second. Like, I do know people who, like, have just been in, like, really long-term relationships. I was like, did I assume the wrong thing? Almost gave me a heart attack. I was like, oh no! I was like, that's a pretty big detail to get wrong. Let's see. Horse totem. After the day I've had, I don't know about that. Makes me feel concerned. I also just, like, I feel really bad because if, like, when I mistake details like that, I'm like, I don't want people to think that I'm not invested in them. Okay. We have horses now! Look at them! Aren't they so cute? I love horses. What are you? You are a male. Oh, well, I guess we're tuning. This is so much easier when your mouse works. I didn't know what this one is, but we started... Okay, this one's a female. It's like, we started a tuning, and I don't know what it is. Like, as soon as I got to work, it was so stupidly busy, and I'm just like, what's going... Like, we hit the ground running. And I'm like... But I was already tired, but now I'm like, I'm just so tired. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, where am I trying to go? The savannah. I was like, I'm trying to go somewhere, I just don't know where. But yeah, I'm just like, like, I'm so tired. I had to peel myself out of bed this morning. My husband was like, come on, babe, it's time to get up. I was like, I don't wanna. Like, I just want to sleep. I was sleeping hard, too. And I could tell I was sleeping hard because I was drooling. TMI, but yeah, no. I was passed the F out. Like, my poor husband, he's getting dressed, and I just, like, look over, and I'm like, my eyes were kind of, like, crossing, like, must have looked like a zombie. I challenged to a snow sitting contest. He pretended to be busy. He knows I'd win. That would be interesting. A snow sitting contest. And I can picture exactly how that would go. I love the cold, so I would like to think that I could win that competition. But yeah, I didn't want to wake up this morning, and then I had to, like, drag myself out of bed, and then I felt sick. I think that was, like, the worst part, was, like, I felt, like, this unholy level of sick. I was like, oh, no. I was like, I hope I get through the day. So I ate breakfast. I couldn't eat very much of it, but I ate breakfast, and then I was like, I just need to take it easy. And I had to tell my boss, I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm like, I don't feel too good. She's like, you have plenty of time if you want to take off. But I was like, I don't want to take off of work, but I'm just telling you that I feel sick. Oh yeah, my little mammoth, she's adorable. That was actually one of the more recent updates, because they used to just be pets. There are several different types of pets that you can have, but yeah, the mammoth just kind of like lived in your house, and like it was just a little pet. But now, you can ride the mammoth, or there's also the like mountain lion, the like, what is it, cave lion or something like that. That one actually grows up, because right now they're like little kittens, but you can actually make it grow up to like its bigger form. It can evolve, and then you can turn it into a mount. But yeah, she's so cute! Her little feet go stomp, stomp, stomp. I don't know if I've named it. I think I think mine is named on my save. But on this one, I have a wolf, I have a mountain lion, and I have a mammoth. Do you have a name? Who named... Oh my gosh, I think... It was Audio. It had to have been Audio who named it Ma'am. So apparently it does have a name. I was unaware of this. This is how long it's been since I played this game. But apparently her name is Ma'am. Mine on my save is Tuva. And Tuva is adorable. I think Tuva is like a dark brown mammoth. But on my personal save, I have a mammoth, a rabbit, and a wolf. And my rabbit's name is Bomi. After one of my favorite webtoons, one of my absolute favorite characters. That's another thing. I'm addicted to webtoons. Like, I gotta calm down. I have webtoons for every day of the week, and when I finish a webtoon and they're like, oh yeah, like, we're not gonna do anymore, I have to replace it with another webtoon for that day. Because I'm like, I have to have my stories. I'm like an old woman with soap operas. I'm like, I gotta have my stories. My stories are on. So every night at 7 p.m. I'm just like, ooh, what do we have today? She's asleep in the water. She's like, I want to take a nap right here. I mean, same, ma'am. But yeah, no, that had to be Audio who named her. Because Audio names my animals weird things. Like, what is it? One of my chickens in Stardew Valley is named Not a Chicken. And I think the other one's Dinner. She named my horses in Icarus. She named one of them Serious Name, Tiny Thing, Clippy. She's named most of my stuff. Sinister's laughing. Yeah, Audio has like the weirdest names. So anytime I see something with a really funky name, I'm like, that's gotta be Audio. What was it? We named... Okay, the other person is my friend JD, and she named my cat in Fields of Mystria, Pox. She wanted to name it Smallpox because it's a black cat with like orange spots, and I was like, it looks like it's got a disease. And so she wanted to name it Smallpox. I was like, I'm not naming a cat Smallpox. So we compromised it. Its name is Pox. Yep, Dinner the chicken. I was like, why would you name it Dinner? And she's like, because it's funny. I'm like, yeah, like that's very you. Oh no! My fish got away. Yeah. There's one. It's... I would actually have to see how she spelled it, but it's like C-O-W-U, but it's not actually the letters. It's like S-E-E, like O-H. It's so weird, but yeah, no, it's, so if you sound it out, it's C-O-W, but the way that it's spelled out is just the funkiest thing. So it's spelled cow, but yeah, I don't know why she does the things she does. Now I'm just remembering Icarus. So Clippy and Tiny Thing were like my first two horses that I ever got, and like I loved my boys. I loved them very much. And recently, I think 2 Icarus streams ago, I lost both of them. Or no, I lost Clippy and Serious Name. And I was so devastated that I made them stone cairns, and where I wrote epitaphs on them, so I have immortalized my poor horses. A miniature schnauzer named Salad. Why? Why? See, my dogs have, like, strangely normal names. And, like, people get confused. I had a dog named Andrew at one point, and people got extremely confused. Because anybody, like, eavesdropping on a conversation would hear, oh yeah, like, Andrew was kicking and tossing and turning all night, and he like was kicking me in my ribs, and like it sounds slightly concerning. And then when you mentioned like, oh, and then there was like a cold nose, and they're like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, I was like, Andrew's my dog. Oh my gosh, salad. It's okay. Like, I've heard some strange names for pets, but salad is definitely one of the oddest ones. But yeah, I have 4 dogs, and okay, I guess mine are weird in the fact that they all have A names. So my dogs and my 2 cats all have A names. And there's some influence of Greek mythology in all of their names. So we have Andromeda and... Well, okay, so it's Andromeda Isley. We have Atlas Octavius. Amelia Grace. I could not think of a name that went with Amelia, so I named her after the Graces. Because Lord knows she kind of lacks the... And then... Let's see... We have Antonio Perseus. And then the cats are Athena Minette and Artemis Salem. And Artemis is a pain in my butt. I love her, but like, good lord. She has so much attitude. She's just a diva with a tude. But when she's sweet, she's like really sweet. A black cat named Basement Demon? Now, is that the actual name or is this a nickname? Because, I mean, nicknames don't count because, oh my gosh, if you don't have an animal with a weird nickname, who even are you? Because, yeah, Andromeda, her nickname is Drama. Atlas is the pig. Or pig boy. Or sometimes I just go into the garage and I'm just like, oh, pig, 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 pig. Actual legal name, oh my gosh. Demon was the short. Oh my gosh. Yeah, nickname-wise, sometimes I call them my furry demons because, oh my gosh. Or my devil spawn, because good lord. Like, they're adorable, but they're sharp. And sometimes it's not so pleasant to have killer bean claws, like, in your leg. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Normally if they're barking and I have to lean out the window to sit there and yell at them, that's usually what I'm calling my dogs. And every now and then they're just like, somebody's like, oh, like, they're just dogs, they don't be mean. I was like, no, they know they're not supposed to. Because you go out there and you yell at them and they immediately run up to the window like, hi mom. I'm like, really? Really? Like, why are you like this? When they're not misbehaving, I call the whole group puppers. I'm like, oh, puppers, my puppers. Andromeda has a ton of nicknames because she was my first one to get out of these ones. And, one of my favorite things, so she whines, like, a lot about a great many things. And so I'll look at her and I'm like, giant German baby! Because she's part German Shepherd, and I'm like, you giant German baby! And she gets all offended.
ZZZZ.
Yeah, she's funny. But yep, giant German baby. like trying to think of some of the like weirder nicknames, but I couldn't explain them even like what is it? Oh, Derp Deer Cantaloupe. I cannot even explain that name. I could not even if I tried. I think it's okay. So let me break this down. So the dirt part was because I love her, but she's derpy sometimes. And so the deer, she's very like lithe and graceful. For as big of a dog as she is very graceful. So she's graceful like a deer. And then the cantaloupe part comes because my husband likes to like mix words up just to be funny. And so if I say like trying to think of an example. So if I say something like, it's hard because I'm not the one doing it. Gosh dang it! I can't think of a situation. But if I say oh, you know, the only thing that comes to mind is like, oh, I'm so irritated, and he's like, I don't know what potatoes have to do with it. Like that's just his thing. That's like his brand of humor. And so I think one time I was like, oh, she's like an antelope because she was jumping over our fence.
Ad break.
Like she would not stop jumping the fence, and so I said that she was like an antelope. And he's like, I don't know what cantaloupe has to do with it. So yeah, she became the Derp Deer Cantaloupe. It doesn't make any sense. Mimi is also known as Mimi Trash Panda because she's black and white, so the joke is that she's like a raccoon. And because of my husband, I can't even say raccoon the right way anymore. I say raccoon. Don't ask. But yeah, it's just pets have the weirdest names. So Athena, her name is Athena, but for some odd reason, like if we're calling her, we're like Athena, and without the H, it's Athena. I don't understand it. Pet nicknames are a whole different territory. Yeah, my dad and I were always like obsessed with Greek mythology, so yeah, I have Andromeda, Athena, Artemis, Atlas. Tony's middle name is Perseus because Tony came with the name Tony. I was like, I hate the name Tony, so he's Antonio Perseus. And then Amelia, she came with the name, so I added Grace for the Graces. Yeah, no, I love Greek mythology. I actually took a class called Constellation Mythology in college, and we got to go over like a lot of like, because obviously our constellations, a lot of them are Greek, and so we got to like go over all of it, and I was just like in geek heaven. I was just like, yes, like, I love this. This is my class. Like, I find it kind of hard to believe sometimes that I actually got credit for that class, but I'm like, it was an elective. And boy, did I elect to have that class. Okay, I do have a cheese making thing. Oh, and I have to talk to that one dude. There's one name that I've only ever seen written, and so I had no idea how to pronounce it. I'm like, how does one pronounce this? And I didn't want to have to ask anybody, and so I was like, okay, let me Google this. I was like, how doth one pronounce this name? Because it is, let me see how to spell it. It's C-A-L-L. Okay, C-A-L-L-I-O-P-E. I was like, how how do you pronounce this? I've seen it written several times. I do not have any clue on how to pronounce it. So yeah, it took me a little bit, but when I looked it up and I did the whole like Google will read it, and it's Calliope, and I was like, oh, it's like that makes way more sense than what I was imagining in my head. Because I read somewhere they're like, oh, it's pronounced kind of like Penelope. I was like, that doesn't help. But yeah, Google pronounced it Calliope.
I'm
like,
hungry.
Oh, it's like, okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, I wish that I could have Artemis and Apollo, but I can't because webtoons. I read, why can't I remember the name right now? It was like super, super famous too, and for some odd reason the name is just eluding me. Gosh, freaking Laura Olympus, that's what it was. Jesus, I was like, why can't I remember the name? But I read Lore Olympus, and anybody who's read it knows that, you know, Apollo was like, just like, bad news. So I can't in good conscience use that name anymore. I'm like, dang it. So finding A names that you can actually, you know, pronounce. Back when I was getting the kittens, I was supposed to get a male kitten and one of the girls, and his name was going to be Argus. But he ended up tragically passing away, and I ended up with 2 of the girls. So now I have Artemis and Athena. Yeah, I like, for some odd reason, I was like, I read the entire story from start to finish. Like, every week I would read it. I was like, why can't I freaking remember the name? But yeah, it was Lore Olympus that I had read. And I'm like, I just can't use the name Apollo anymore. I like Achilles. I don't really want to use the name Achilles, just because like it's synonymous with having a weak spot, and like it's, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to use that name. There's Aquila, which is actually pretty cool. Probably like nickname like Quill or something. My brain wants to pronounce that Arachne, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that's meant to be pronounced. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I have like a giant book. Actually, I have a lot of books on Greek mythology. And so sometimes I'll just look through them and I'm like, dang! It's like one of those, like, when I feel like my family's getting, like, stupidly complicated and, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, the drama. I read a bit of Greek mythology and I'm like, never mind, we're fine. We're fine. Like, if my family starts reading, like, a Greek tragedy, I think we all need counseling. Nice. There are so many interesting stories from Greek mythology. And then it's funny because when you look at Roman mythology, I love, there's a meme and it's like, there's a cat laying on a piece of paper and it's like Greek mythology. And then somebody draws like an outline of the cat and it's just like Roman mythology. Roman mythology is like so bland. But then I think it's interesting that, like, our planets are named for, like, Roman mythology. So we have, you know, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, stuff like that. But I'm like, everyone is way more familiar with Greek mythology. But then again, like, every class or anything that I've taken, it's always like, Greek and Roman mythology. Because if you know the Greek, water it down and you have Roman mythology. Yeah. Like, it's literally like, it's like a game of telephone. Like, the Greeks came up with this, like, all of these great, amazing stories, and then, like, somebody, like, retold the story at some point to the Romans. They're like, yeah, that works. Yeah, Roman mythology is, like, light Greek mythology. But yeah, no, it's... My dad and I have always, like, really liked mythology and stuff like that, and actually, I went to Rome, is the summer before my senior year of high school. I went to Rome, and, like, I took pictures in the Colosseum, and, like, all sorts of stuff, and then for his Christmas present, I bought him a book on Rome, and I had printed off pictures of my trip, and I had, like, stuck them in between the pages of the book so that he could, like, as he was looking at some of this stuff, like, you know, pictures of the Colosseum, he was seeing my pictures too. I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Taking a story and making it watered down and less interesting. I mean, that could catch on. And then it's funny, because, like, in history, it's all about, like, the Roman Empire, and, like Rome plays, yeah, this huge, huge part, but, like, when you look at the mythology side, everyone's like, nah, Greek is so much better. Like, how unfortunate. They were too busy conquering the world to come up with the better, you know, mythology. Apparently you can't conquer and be creative at the same time. I guess it just doesn't work. Also not a huge fan of, like, the whole, like, gladiator thing. I'm like, that's just kind of, like, really, really messed up. Like, I get the need for entertainment, but that takes it a little too far. And by a little, I mean a lot. Like, that's messed up. I would say arguably that is probably true. For as much as the Romans conquered, I think that there's still a more deeply rooted basis in, like, Greek culture. It's like, you know, hey, we conquered most of the world. It's like, yeah, but you still don't have your crap together. You know, fundamentally, I understand, yes, humans crave violence. I just don't get it. Like, if I never had to argue with people, I would never. Like, if I could live my life without ever getting in an argument again, oh, I'd be in heaven. Like, I hate fighting with people. I'm like, please don't fight with me. Like, I can fight, I will fight, and I will win, but I don't like fighting. I'm like, it gives me the ick, it doesn't make me feel good. Confrontation is like Like, that is the surest way to make me, like, so uncomfortable, is, like, when there's any confrontation. Even if I'm not in the confrontation itself, I'm like, please don't fight in front of me. Like, I have a delicate constitution, please don't fight in front of me. How long have we been going? An hour exactly. Okay, so this is going to be it for this day. I love this game. It's supposed to be getting like a big massive update very soon. So there's going to be more people, like a lot more stuff to do. And I'm actually really looking forward to it because I love this game, but I kind of got like kind of stagnated because I had finished what there was to finish. And so I'm like, eh. But I do love this game, like wholeheartedly. It's super adorable, and I'm a farming sim type of person. So this is one of the like more enduring games that I've played. It's been around, I think, since I got it. I don't think I've ever taken Roots of Pacha off the list. But let's see. Do we have anyone to raid? I gotta raid Will. Every time I see him, I'm like, but I've raided Will plenty of times. I'm gonna go raid Paige. Paige is playing my time at Portia, which is another kind of cozy farming sim. So let's go say hi to Paige. But I'm going to say thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with another episode of my Discord Member's Choice. Lily, feel free to join my Discord so you can vote on Nightingale if you want. But until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their evening.